But anyway, I got like 8 to 10 questions.
Okay.
And I want you to be honest. I know you were, it's no secret, you were one of my first online clients. So I learned quite a bit since starting with you 7 months ago. But I don't regret anything. I think we made some solid ground, and I'm gonna just ask you them in order here that I have them. So this is my client Kara. We've been working together for 7 months now, July 25th to February 25th, and we're gonna chat about our journey, what things were like before we worked together, and what's changed since. So I'm gonna start off with before we started working together. How were you feeling about your health and consistency?
Yeah. So, I had previously worked with a different trainer, and I felt like that had gotten me to a pretty decent point, but I was kind of stalled, and she wasn't super helping me anymore. And so, what I really appreciated about Mark was that he really looked at everything I was eating, not just kind of the macros and calories, and made suggestions to make some tweaks to that too. So that really helped set me on, a better consistent path of what should I eat in a day and make it work for my lifestyle.
Awesome.
Did I answer the question?
Huh?
Did I answer the question?
Yeah, just going over what you were feeling about your health and
Yeah.
consistency beforehand. So yeah,
Mhm,
you
mhm,
touched on
mhm.
that with the other trainer and stuff like that. What did you like and not like about your previous trainer that you found here?
So what I really liked about my previous trainer is, I did feel motivated. I do really well with someone holding me accountable. I feel like I hold myself pretty accountable, but it is a different layer when you have to report into somebody. And so, I
Mm.
was tracking my food and macros, and she would set workouts. So it was really nice that I could go into an app and kind of check it off, and she would know if I did it or not. So I
Mhm.
really enjoyed that. But what I necessarily didn't love is she wasn't checking in every day. We had kind of a weekly check-in. Now I could have driven that a little more and asked for more support, but it was nice when I worked with Mark to be able to have that automatically. So, it helped set me on a good path, but I feel like Mark really helped work with my lifestyle.
Awesome. Uh, what about how do you feel about like I know I was late to the party with this, but based on what you ate, do you feel like that helped? Like when I made a list based off what you ate, like a grocery list kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, so for me, I cook for one person, and so I don't like to buy a lot of different things at the grocery store necessarily, but sometimes that leaves some like bland meals, which then, if you don't like what you're meal prepping, sometimes you're just like, I'll skip that today and grab something out. So it was really helpful, having a grocery list and having some ideas for food that would really fit into what I needed for kind of my calorie deficit and my macros.
Hmm. Nice. And in terms of what did you learn most about like with your calories and macros? Like did you kind of have a baseline knowledge beforehand, or did you learn more about like how big of a deal protein is or fiber or just
Yeah, so I definitely was on track with like how big of a deal protein is. I did
right?
not realize how important fiber was, and I'm very keenly aware of sodium and everything now as well. And so I know
Hmm.
you can't always track everything, but it is really helpful being aware of that stuff and even making small swaps. So instead of having like a deli sandwich, maybe I could have a grilled chicken sandwich. So it's just those small swaps that make a big difference.
Is that something that you are more aware of to this day? Like do you automatically see that in foods?
Yeah, so I mean, it's really hard, especially with sodium, because I feel like there is literally sodium in everything. And I really love a good sandwich, but I think I remember the first time I logged a Jersey Mike sandwich, I was a little bit appalled by the sodium slash the calories. So that was a real eye opener. But it does make you think, like, what could I do? Like, if I'm going to Jersey Mike's and I really love Jersey Mike's, could I get a sub in a tub, which is going to taste just as good, just maybe without the bread or different things inside of it. So it just made me aware of making even small swaps or doing smaller portions of things.
That's great. In terms of like, I know it's you said on your onboarding that you wanted to lose 5 to 10 pounds. Say you wanted to lose 5 to 10 pounds like in the next month. Do you feel like you have the tools and resources to do that on your own?
I do. I feel like, I probably will continue calorie tracking, at least while I continue to stay on track. It's very easy to get off track and make excuses. But it's really nice to be able to like go back to the basics and be like, all right, I'm gonna log in everything that I'm eating so you can really understand exactly what calories and macros you're having in a day. Because,
Hmm.
I got a little off track where it's like, oh, I'll just have that little piece of candy and not log it. And then one little thing, all of that adds up. So it's all those things you forget about. So I'm going back to being really strict on that just to get back into the better habits.
Love it. How do you feel about being consistent with your workouts? I know you had your own system prior to.
Yeah. So I feel really good about my workouts. I have now invested in a home gym, so that makes it a little bit easier. But especially with like the warmer weather coming up, just getting out, walking the dog, and sometimes, and just not killing myself if there's a day I maybe can't get to it, I'm tired. You have to listen to your body, but at least trying to get the movement in. So, tracking on my Apple Watch, like, okay, instead of taking the elevator today, maybe I could take the stairs. So even just making small changes like that and just trying to get your steps in to stay active throughout the day.
What are you most proud of since working together in these last 7 months?
That's a hard one. Okay. Well, I'm very hard
Yeah.
on myself. So, mm, I would say, I guess what I'm most proud of is really making this a lifestyle. Um, and even, the more you talk about things with other people, the more they can hold you accountable. So even telling my family, telling them kind of what I've been eating and stuff like that makes it easier to go, visit them or hang out with different people and then help keep you on track and not take you off track. So that's something that's been really great and a great support system around me. But what I have been most proud of is making those small lifestyle changes that work for me, to make sure that I can stay on track and that it's not just, once Mark and I are done, it's over.
That's huge. That's great. Now, another goal you told me about, you wanted to train for a 5K. How likely are you to do that this year?
Oh, okay, I'm gonna give you an honest answer and then I'll give you an answer you can use. Honest answer is right now it's hard to think about because I have hurt my back. Um, I don't know what's wrong with it, but my mother told me just to take Motrin, and I said, cool. So we're on a little bit of a workout hiatus. But you know, I don't love running, but what I like about running is that it keeps me on track to, have a goal at the gym and work towards it. So, a 5K for me, because I don't love running, yes, takes a little effort, but I like, working hard towards that goal. And I do like the race part. So, I will let my brother-in-law trick me into running some 5Ks. He won't get me on the 10K at St. Patty's Day, but I can see myself at a 5K in the future. Um, and I will be excited about that.
That's good. Oh, I'm sorry you hurt your back. How did you hurt it?
I have no idea. I mean, it's hurt consistently for a long time, probably since I ran the half marathon a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I think I just probably should do less and rest
Yeah,
it.
I hear you. That's frustrating. I've hurt my back before. I don't wish it on my worst enemy,
Yeah,
but
and like I'm like I don't want to be a baby about it because it's like there was one day I woke up and I was like I don't think I can bend down and put my shoes on to go to work. But then like an hour later I was like oh, I feel okay. So that's why I think it's muscle and just needs like stretched and relaxed, but we'll figure it out.
yeah, one day at a time, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what's your goal at this point? Just to maintain?
Yeah, so, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at, so I'm trying not to be
Good.
too hard on myself, but, I still would like to, at the very minimum, maintain, maybe drop a little bit of weight, but, just really work towards building muscle so I can tone up a little bit. But the
Mhm.
biggest thing is maintaining my nutrition because I know that's the biggest piece of it.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. I mean, even looking at like your numbers and everything, like you don't have weight to lose necessarily, like you're at a good BMI. I think you're probably around what 30% body fat or something like that, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's healthy for somebody for a female your age.
Yeah.
Um so that's good. And I got one more for you. What would you say to somebody who feels stuck, inconsistent, or nervous about starting coaching?
Ooh. Specific to you or just in coaching in general?
Um,
We'll probably do both.
both is good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the first piece of advice I would say is you have to be in the right headspace. You have to be ready and willing to take the advice and actually run with the program. It's not
Mhm.
helpful if a coach is there to support you and then you either lie in your calorie tracking or don't take their advice. So I would say first and foremost, you have to be in the right headspace to do it.
Mhm.
And you have to be willing to make some changes. And it's not easy, but if you find the right coach who's going to work with your lifestyle, that makes it a little bit easier to do so and also to maintain everything too.
Excellent. Excellent. And I got another one that I may or may not put up, but I want you to be honest with me and just be brutally honest. What would you change? Like I just want critique, you know what I mean? What could I have done to make the experience better? Because 7 months is a good amount of time.
Yeah.
So lay it on
Um,
me. I'm ready.
I mean, Mark, this one's hard because I wouldn't have stayed 7 months if I felt like you had that much to improve on.
Thank you. That means so
Um,
much.
um, I mean, if you would like me to do something so you can use it, I can work with kind of the fact that have the app and everything's all in one place. But I
Yeah,
don't
thank
feel
you.
like that stopped me from working with you.
Thank you. I think
But
what
if
you
you
said
need
before,
something, I'll find something.
like, yeah, no, I appreciate it. I think I'm going off what you said before. Like you said you're hard on yourself. I'm hard on myself.
Yeah,
So I just want to make sure, like, I always like struggle with second guessing myself, and I really hope, obviously you renewed with me, so that says something.
yeah,
I did give you my all, and I still obviously am learning every day, and I appreciate the time we worked together because it taught me a lot, and I hope I taught you something too. So
absolutely. Yes, I can say one thing, and the reason I kept renewing is one, because I'm very impressed at how many words of wisdom you have to send every single morning. But that very much accountability, like there is a level of accountability that coaches have, and I haven't worked with a ton of coaches, but the fact that you texted me every single day, and it wasn't just like, looks good, it was advice, whether I wanted to hear it or not. It was like, yeah, I ate that piece of pizza. You don't have to call it out. But you noted stuff, but you never made me feel bad about it. So it was like, hey, instead of doing this, you could have tried this. Why don't you try that tomorrow or try one small thing a week? So what I really liked and appreciated as being kind of one of your first clients is you were able to test some stuff out and see what worked. Even the small things like, what was your small win of today? Like that, it's hard to step back and think about that, especially for someone who's hard on themselves and be like, okay, I could probably find one win today. And then it changes your mindset so that you're set up for success tomorrow.
that's awesome to hear. Thank you. I appreciate your kind words. It's awesome.
Thank
Well,
you.
I learned so much from working with you too, and I'll never forget it because you kind of kick-started me because I've caught the bug. I'm not stopping anytime soon. You feel free to text me anytime if you have any questions or whatever, and we'll keep in touch for sure.
I'm gonna text you when I get under that 160 mark. It's gonna happen.
All right, cool. I still got your before picture. I'm just saying.
Perfect. You've really been holding out for an after.
I'm not giving up.
Not giving up. So once I hit that, I'll let you know.
Well, I hope your back feels better.
Thank you. Thank you. And I hope your home is ready sooner than October.
Thank you. Me too. Me too.
Yes. Yes. Awesome.
All right, Kara. It's been a pleasure. Thank you again.
Thanks, Mark. Bye. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.